Welcome to the show for bloody good Kiwis across the country. This is Bhuja with Lee Hart and Jason Hoyt.
What's that, mate?
No, were you just going to... Sorry, you want to do the intro, do you?
Oh, no, I'm happy for you to do the intro if you want to do
I
it.
was just going to say the date, and that the 7th of March 2018.
Yeah, correct.
Bhuja, Wednesday, Big Wednesday, KFC Wednesday, all that. Is that what you're going to say?
No, I actually wasn't going to say that. Actually, I wasn't going to do the intro because I was going to ask Matt if we could put all, because we're going to Dunedin on Friday, if we could put all the expenses on his credit card maybe. That could be a way around the issue that we have at the moment.
I don't have a credit card.
Well, I could put on my credit card, but I need to be able to claim them. Because at the moment we're running on 3 taxi chitties from what I understand.
I've got a farmer's card, but I don't think that's any use to us.
Do you not have a credit card?
Nah.
No, that's probably quite sensible. Okay, so we can put it on your credit card, Lee Hart?
Yeah.
I mean, we'll pay you back.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
Probably.
Okay,
I'll
great.
claim it back from here.
I can give you some farmer's credit.
Yeah, that's fine.
My farmer's card.
That's fine.
Hey, New Zealand, it is great having your company this Wednesday afternoon. I'll be honest with you, I'm feeling a bit goaty today, and I'm going to do everything in my power to not let the goat come out. But I can feel the horns poking through the head, and I'm just going to stay calm and carry on, as the saying goes, Lee Hart, because we're going to have an amazing show, I know, not least of which is because we've got the KFC Wheeler Chicken around 5:30, and everyone in New Zealand loves the KFC Wheeler Chicken.
And no doubt some KFC's getting delivered here. First time for the year, is it?
Well, I did actually have a little word to Tom in Studio B over there and said, mate, can you make sure that our good mates at KFC will maybe drop us off a bucket of OKSC? And he said, sure, Jace, mate, I'll do anything for you. So I'm delighted that will probably happen.
You think so?
Probably not, but, it's worth, putting it out there.
Hey,
that
but
it
we've got
might.
a great show. We've got guests? No, we don't. Do we have anyone looking for guests? No.
Well, we've got some great prizes, don't we, Maddie?
Oh,
no. We don't have prizes. Okay. Do we have songs that you've heard? Yes, we do.
Okay.
Do we have...
What are the ads like today, Maddie?
Don't know. I haven't loaded them in yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Do we have...
Incidentally, speaking of the ads, 47% of Bhuja listeners believe that our ads are of a superior quality to most other radio stations.
And 56% of our listeners believe we're sincere. We believe in our ads.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great news. Hey, thanks for tuning in, New Zealand. Text us 3483. Where are you? What's going on? What are you doing? Say hello. Do whatever.
Hey, what are you wearing?
What are you wearing, New Zealand? Here's the Killers.
Bhuja with Lee and Jace. Text them on 3483 or call 0800 HODAK.
No, well, Senator, I've got plans.
Okay.
But you ask me any other day, mate, any other day, and I'm free and open to whatever you want to do. And I'm really glad, can I just say, because I mentioned it and you guys found it slightly creepy last night, that, I felt it was important, since we're in a kind of marriage, that we did some fun stuff together. And so I'm glad that you asked me, to go out with you on Saturday.
I don't do fun stuff in my normal marriage, so, why would I start doing fun stuff with you? If you know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's a fair point. Now,
look, onto more important issues here. A lot of text coming through, expecting tyre pressure chat today. I'm not sure if that's in the log or not, but the basic question seems to be, how much pressure should I put in my tyres? As a rule.
Yeah.
Well, there's no hard and fast on this, but really you want your tyres to be between 32 and 35 PSI, certainly not below 20 or 25. If you get below 25, Jace, your tyres are going to overheat. They're going to get extra wear, and they're going to be less fuel efficient. So try and keep them up between 32, 35 evenly, and you'll be sweet.
And on the other side of that, on the flip side of that, Lee Hart, if you over pressurize your tyres, it tends to wear through the rubber a lot quicker. Also, it tends to put a lot of pressure on the rims, and you'll often find if you've over pressurized your tyres that the rim of your tyre is beginning to buckle, and and that's where your costs are really going to go through the roof.
That's right. And you've also got more chance of a high-speed blowout if your tyres are overinflated. But nowadays, it's not so much of an issue. But keep these questions coming regarding tyre pressure. It's riveting stuff, and it's important.
Yeah, and it's good to see that people have texted in. Some people wearing some very unusual ensembles, which is always good to see. Now, Maddie, I just wanted to bring something up with you. I used to do a lot of voiceovers, and I used to get a lot of voiceovers through the Daily Bhuja show. People would hear my voice and they go, I'll get Jace to do this voiceover. And I've noticed that they've really sort of petered off in the last, couple of months. And I'm noticing, because I'm for some reason being CC'd in all your emails, that a lot of the voiceovers are being kind of pushed your way now. What's going on there, mate?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think just a lot of voiceovers these days, they want sort of that young, sexy.
Sort of a normal sounding guy.
Yeah.
I suppose. Funny you should say that, Jace. I heard through the grapevine, through the TV industry types, which I obviously hang out with a lot.
Do you really hang out with the TV types?
The industry.
The industry types, yeah.
We call it the industry. If you work, I don't know why the TV industry has the right to call it the industry, as opposed to forestry, farming,
mining,
any other industry.
Yes,
but
indeed.
TV seems to be able to call themselves. Are you in the industry? Are you?
Yeah.
Anyway, apparently you're quite hard to work with lately, and you've got a bit of a anti-authority attitude in the voiceover booth. This kind of thing, questioning a lot of direction. I don't know, just what I heard.
Look, I think I've always been anti-authoritarian, Lee. That's
a good thing.
That's what's given me my sort of voiceover edge.
Well, that's what you wouldn't be doing what you're doing today.
Exactly.
Radio DJ if you just ran the normal line.
Exactly. So sometimes, yes, I will question a script. Sometimes I will question the direction it's going in. I'll admit when I was the voice of erectile dysfunction, there were some disagreements. I'm about being honest and upfront and straight down the line, and not fancy footing it around the issue. If you can't get an erection, this is what you need to do.
If you think you've been up front and straight down the line, I don't think you've got erectional dysfunction problems.
Exactly. So, yeah, you've been hearing that in the industry, have you?
A little bit in the industry.
Yeah,
just chit-chat.
I'm quite new to the industry, but I have heard the term blacklisted being bandied about a lot.
Right, okay, that's interesting.
I just want to pull your head into it.
I tell you what, the Coromandel is beckoning, man. I'm going to grow my own aubergines.
You could be the voice of aubergines.
Everclear there on Daily Bhuja this Wednesday afternoon. Lee Hart, Jason Hoyt. Boom!
Yeah. See, I don't get to do voiceovers anymore for a lot of ads and that.
Right,
you need
okay,
a voice,
yeah.
Don't you?
No, my voice is all kind of...
Well, but you've got you've got a great voice. Because
Too damn distinctive.
It's distinctive. Everyone, when they hear their voice, knows exactly who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is a good thing and a bad thing in some respects.
Yeah, right.
If you're making sort of anonymous, sexy calls to people.
When I've rung up plumbers and people like just general people, and they've said, "Oh, it's this Lee Hart, is it?"
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well, that's being an identifiable voice, as Ted Teasdale used to say. Lee Hart is one of the greatest gifts you could have in live radio.
I rang up China. What did you have for dinner last night? Because I had Chinese.
Oh, I tell you what, I had a beautiful goat curry cooked in the slow cooker.
You said you were doing
I
that.
was told you I was doing the goat curry.
Worked out, did it?
Mate, and it was like on bones, and when you pick the bone up, the meat just fell off into my couscous.
Yes. Yeah. Well, turns out my rabbit wasn't on the oven in the boil.
Oh, thank God for
fine.
that.
But I ended up getting a Chinese dinner, right? And it's this weird. Look, it's not a racial thing. I've brought this up time and time again, right? I've got I hadn't Chinese for ages. Really looking forward to it. And it turns out an Indian guy is running the Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Well, I think it's okay. It's just... Well, I know what you're saying. It's
a
just
delivery, and a Mexican guy delivered it.
Yeah. Well, you've had this before with Steve, who's a European guy who runs an Indian restaurant.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I wanted a Chinese guy running the restaurant. Okay, I don't mind if a Mexican or an Indian delivered it because he's just driving the car. But I want to know that back in the where the spices are getting thrown in there, the Chinese spices, that it's a Chinese guy.
You want to know?
Doing it.
You want to know that it's a legitimate Szechuan,
yeah,
or a legitimate black bean.
I went to an Italian restaurant the weekend before that, right? Went out with a few people and was sitting there and having a few beers, and the guy came over and said, "This is my mother's recipe. This pasta, it's beautiful. This is my mama's recipe. That's fantastic." But he was Norwegian, so I don't really care if it says this Italian guy's mother's restaurant, like her old recipe handed down generations, if she's not even Italian. What's the point of that?
So what was it? Some sort of like fish thing or something?
Some sort of like carbonara thing.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's an interesting point. I mean, that's not to say like Steve's an excellent Indian chef. I don't know the name of the Indian guy that ran the Chinese restaurant. It could be that he makes a bloody good chicken and black bean sauce. I mean, because at the end of the day, it's just about the sauce, isn't it?
It is. But, if trying to think of a comparison without it sounding racist, I think food is a sort of safe area. If I want... they've got to be careful, don't I?
Yeah.
The Broadcasting Standards Authority are turning up
Yeah,
the
there's
volume
someone
as you
just
speak.
perched. Someone's just leant forward in their chair and just turned the volume up a little bit, I
If I
think.
go to a Chinese lantern festival, okay, which we did the other night, I expect to see a whole lot of Chinese lanterns and Chinese people running around with them. I don't expect to see a whole lot of, Peruvians with the Chinese lanterns.
That's not to say that
not
Peruvians
authentic.
can't have a Chinese
Well,
lantern, but I know what you're
I'd go to a Peruvian
saying.
lantern festival if I wanted that. Everyone's got their festivals, but let's not mix them up. Let's not mix up the restaurants.
Where's the Peruvian Lantern Festival? That sounds quite
Oh,
No
that's
idea, I just made that up. But there could be such a thing.
no. There's one in Tiquiti.
Peruvian Lantern Festival.
Yeah.
When's that on this weekend, is it?
Well, no, a couple of weeks actually.
You should do a show from it.
Mid-March.
Okay. Oh, good. Look,
You two there on Daily Bhuja. I tell you what, what's it called? The Complaints Authority?
The
BSA.
Broadcasting Standards Authority.
He just really leant forward there at the start of that little link.
yeah, tell you what though, I've just got quick fire questions come through on the the text machine. Someone's asking the tyre pressure for a John Deere 5720
Yep.
tractor. Look, obviously that's going to be lower, okay? You're looking more like your 20 to 22 psi, okay? That's softer tyres, big, large tyres, of course, big tread. So that's what you're running on there, running on soft environments. So obviously you're not going to have those pumped up to your 32 psi, are you, Jace?
No, not at all.
So that's a
you'd be in
no-brainer,
world of
but
trouble if you
just
did
a rule
that.
of thumb there. Keep your big tractor tyres like that down below 25. Between 20 and 25, you should be safe.
Yeah, good stuff, mate. Keep those texts coming in, by the way, on 3483. And it doesn't have to necessarily be about tyre pressure, though I know that is the topic du jour at the moment for people. Everywhere I go now, it used to be about my shoes.
Yep.
It used to be about how much fun it must be working with you and stuff. And now, when I'm in the supermarket, it's all about tyre pressure chat. Oh, well, and then there was, of course, fish chat.
Yeah.
People coming up to me giving me advice re fishing. Now
Could
it's
we
all
fish chat
tyre
later on in the show?
pressure chat.
A bit of fish chat later on.
Yes, sure. I'm always keen on fish
Well,
chat.
you know, we've been sent in that cheese, so we can do cheese chat if you like.
Bit gamey, isn't it?
Cheese.
Well, that particular cheese was.
Well, it is made from deer's blood, so it doesn't surprise me that it's a bit gamey.
Interesting that they could churn the blood like that.
Yeah. Well, they turn the deer blood into like a curd.
I told you last time I was fishing, I shot a deer with a spear gun, didn't I?
Yeah.
Down on the fiordland there.
Was that from the boat, or did you get off
From the boat.
What, you were just going along the coast?
Yeah, I was about 20 feet off and just saw it pop out of the bush there, just come down onto the little beach.
The plateau.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just loading up for a dive, and I just loaded up the spear gun, which I normally do sort of, just as I get in. And I saw it. You got to take your opportunities, and shot it. And then I just hauled it into the boat from the boat. Just across the beach. And
Jeez, you must have got some bloody serious drag going on with that sort of action.
Oh, there's a couple of us there pulled it in, and we sashimi'd the venison.
Is that why your seafood platter had venison in it?
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, speaking of the sashimi, I was telling a good friend of mine, in terms of impressing the hosts, your idea about taking the crumbs off the fish fingers and just dicing those up for a bit of sashimi.
Yeah,
And
beautiful.
he said he did that the other night, and it worked a real treat.
Yeah.
He looked like a really top-notch entertainer.
It's amazing the small things you can do to take yourself looking like just an average run-of-the-mill chef to a real top-notch. That guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Small things.
I tell you what,
Put a lemon slice. Put a bit of lemon slice on your salad.
Yeah. I did that the other day with my mince, by the way. The old lemon juice on the mince, cracked pepper.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of salt. Beautiful, mate. Just a nice, what would you call it, a cured bit of mince on top of my couscous. It was a lovely meal.
I love it when you talk dirty with food, Jace.
Yeah.
I get dirty with food too, Matt.
I bet you do.
I
Don't want to
get
know
dirty
what-
with food.
Someone's asking now, what pressure do I have in my penis pump? See, that's nothing to do with tire pressure.
In your what?
Penis pump. How would I know that? Yeah, I can appreciate your call, sir. No tire pressure chat, okay? It might not be the most riveting thing. Yeah, thank you. Just shove it right up your ass, thanks. Thank you. Sorry, you didn't hear that call, did you?
No, that's all good, mate.
What call?
You know, you just got to deal with it when you got to deal with it. I'll tell you what's getting on my goat at the moment. You know, Terry, my wife's aerobics instructor.
Yeah.
Well, you know, he stays at my house quite a lot, and now he's starting to move like his dresser drawer over. You know what I mean? He used to just have the toothbrush and a few spare clothes and stuff.
Paint a picture. What do you mean your dresser drawer?
Well, we've got a spare room, right?
Right.
And he's sort of kind of making it his own. He's putting up paintings. He's
I thought you were sleeping in the spare room most time.
well, I do a lot of the time, you know, because I get home late sometimes, and they're going out, and I don't want to sort of wake them up or whatever. So they're putting. He's got a dresser drawer there. You know, he's bringing
drawers in it?
all his. Pardon?
How many drawers are in it?
6. He's got one of those beds with drawers as well. You know what I mean? You know, and it's like he sees more of my kids than I see of the kids. It's beginning to.
That's not such a bad thing, though. From the kids' perspective, I'm thinking they're getting a different sort of a more, you know, between the two of you, I suppose, a more rounded upbringing.
Well,
You know,
I
like,
mean,
from you, they'll be getting like, you know,
often I'm away for the weekends doing ACC stuff and all that sort of carry on, and Terry and my wife will take the kids out.
he'll be playing cricket with them.
Well, yeah, well, he often umpires their games and stuff, which is neat for the kids.
So you're commentating half-assed games somewhere.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Terry, this aerobic instructor, is sort of playing backyard with your kids, taking them to the beach.
Well, they play catch and that sort of stuff, you know, which is great, because if I can't be there to do it, then it's great that there's a male role model for my kids to hang
That's
out
great,
with.
There's male role model for your partner as well, in many ways. You know, to role play with.
You've started gymming quite a bit, Jace. Have you not thought about sort of axing your gym membership, and then you could, for lack of a better term, sort of three-way aerobics?
Well, here's the thing. I said to Terry, listen, mate, I got to get into shape. You know what he said to me? Tell me about it, buddy. And I went, excuse me.
And he didn't suggest anything.
Well, and then I said, well, how, you know, I know you like to work out with my wife. Why don't, you know, can I get part of the team? And he said, oh, no, I just do one-on-ones.
Can I do the same routine with you that you do with her? And
Exactly.
He said, I'm not going anywhere near that.
It's pretty much what he said, yeah. He said, oh, no, I don't think we can be doing that. But he said, I know a bloody great guy as a PT, and he can look after you, mate, so I'll sort that out for you.
Does he use patronising terms of endearment with you, like champ, and then punches you in the shoulder?
Well, he does call me Tiger.
So he's moved his dresser in, eh? Interesting. Hasn't moved the bedside lamp in yet, has he?
Well, he said that to me, actually, the other night. He said, you don't mind me doing this, do you, Tiger? And yes, he does have a bedside lamp. Why is that bad?
Oh, no, yeah, okay. Cool.
So, yeah, no, you're right, Matty. I am working out, and you'll notice that my shirts are beginning to, well, how do you say this in English? Fill out a bit.
You'll be wearing a medium in soon.
Well, I tell you what, my Bundetwasser half top, I'm thinking of breaking that out again in the winter. Should we go to a break, mate?
Daily Bhuja with KFC's Smoky Barbecue Bacon Burger with 2 crispy strips and double bacon smothered in smoky barbecue sauce.
The raconteurs there on Daily Bhuja.
I'll tell you what, I think I heard a hawk during that song. I'd be very surprised if anyone picked it.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it was a good, subtle one, wasn't it? You know how I was saying that Terry calls me Tiger? I used to have I don't know if you ever had this, because we used to have all sorts of nicknames at school. I used to have a teacher who used to call me Fathead. You know, you couldn't get away with that in this day and age, Lee Hart. He used to go Fathead, which was, Fathead, shut your mouth. And I was only 6. You know, it was pretty harsh.
You might. I told you that my grandfather called me Fathead.
Yeah.
Effing fathead, he said.
Get your effing fat head out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I like whenever I talked at school, it'd be fathead, shut up. Obviously, I've got a disproportionately large head. I tell you what.
Join the club.
Actually, all of us in this show have massive heads.
Obnoxiously large
I
head.
wouldn't say I have.
Oh, your head is massive.
What? Not compared to my body?
Well, compared to your body, your head's tiny, but I mean, but you're still, like in the everyday head stakes, your head is massive.
Yeah, but it's proportional to my body. Yours isn't. Yours is like one of those things you stick on a car dashboard. You know, like that wobble around like one of those All Black figures.
Do you know what they used to call me at school because my head was so fat?
What?
Womble. Remember the Wombles? And the Wombles had really big heads.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so they used to call me Hoyt the Womble. There you go. It's just opened up a can of worms. Let's go to a caller on the line.
Like a chuppa chup.
Yeah. A chuppa chup. G'day, Sam.
G'day, mate.
How you going?
Oh, pretty good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad.
Sam, can I ask, do you have a fat head?
Oh, I can't say I do, to be honest.
This is an easy way of testing it. When it comes to Christmas and you pull on one of those terrible crackers and you put the crown on, does it rip?
Nah, she
No,
fits
it's
nicely.
No,
I can still get mine on.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, I can get one on.
I
I've
can't get
never
mine on.
once got a Christmas cracker hat on my head.
Neither.
Every time just rips straight away. Stupid bloody things.
We should have a support group.
Yeah, we could. The Fathead Support Group. Now, Sam, did you hear a hawk?
Yeah, I did.
Well, you're absolutely right, of course, mate, which means that we'll have some sort of extraordinary prize. Now, is Tom in Studio B, is he doing our stuff or is he doing ACC stuff? Can you shake your head, yes or no, Tom? Oh, he's doing ACC.
Don't worry, I got you.
Right, so
I got you,
no
Sam.
prizes for you
We
today,
got
mate.
Jim Gaffigan tickets. We got bloody Moby's out. We got all sorts, mate. We got a Ferrari. We can't give you that, but
A Ferrari.
you know, Jim Gaffigan, you're looking pretty good for him.
Do you want to tell you-
How are you going for carpeting at the moment?
Sam,
Yeah?
how are you going for carpeting at the moment?
Carpeting.
Yeah, have you got carpet?
Yeah, I got plenty of carpet.
What about underlay?
Yeah, we might have 300 square metres of underlay.
You sure you're not getting that mixed up with the lino?
No, this is underlay.
Oh, underlay, okay.
This is from the Rena Wreck.
Right, okay. Well, I'll tell you what, Sam, stay on the line and our good man Matt will sort you out. The Night Wolf.
I gotcha.
Lobo de Noche.
I got you, Sam. I got you.
Here's Queen to the Stone Age. Thanks for the call, buddy. Thanks for listening. Stereo MCs there on a Daily Bhuja.
Remember so well that song when it first came out.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember because I had my Walkman on when it came on.
Did you?
Yeah, and I was actually, without a word of a lie, shopping for shoes.
Did it have like a radio feature on it? Did it? Walkmans are normally just tapes.
Yeah, no, this was full noise. The Mod Con Walkman, it
Yep.
had all the frequencies and stuff. And I remember I was going to buy shoes, and this came on, and it put a real
Yep.
bounce and a real jaunt in my step.
I was installing kitchen cupboards. You know those new cupboards, just the doors. You click in the new cupboards. And,
Oh, yeah,
I was doing that
okay.
myself. You know, I thought I'd do it myself. And that song came on the radio, and I thought, you know what? I'll never be able to walk through a kitchen again without thinking about that song.
Yeah. It's amazing. This is what I love about music, and this is what I love about being a top radio DJ.
Well, that's what I love about kitchens. Because it makes me think of that song.
Yeah, totally. You know what I mean? The way that music connects and interweaves itself with our lives. It's great stuff.
Actually stuffed up at the end. I ended up putting them all on sort of upside down, the doors, because I ordered the wrong doors, and that they wouldn't go in where the hinges were, so I had to adapt them so they were sort of inside out, the cupboard doors.
Oh, yeah.
So I just, man.
Because I remember when you did that with one of your ranch sliders. Remember that?
Yeah.
That's kind of when I first met you, and you put it upside down.
Well, I had the ranch slide that went up and down instead of side to side.
Yeah, and then you
Imagine
had
that. Imagine trying to walk into a door, a ranch slider that goes up. You've got to push it up and click it onto the ceiling every time you close it.
Yeah.
And you undo it, it drops down.
It was an absolute bloody accident waiting to happen, that sliding door.
Certainly want to be clear of it if you're closing it.
Oh, totally.
Well, and it was because I remember you had that big party, remember, and you put it in back the front or upside down, and you had the rolling one, but you also had the one where the handle was like only about a foot off the ground.
Yeah.
And so people would be, partying and going out and trying to open the bloody thing, and it was
Yeah.
right by their ankles. It was a nightmare.
Yep.
Hey, coming up after 5, are we going to do Lee Hart's Name That Tune?
We certainly are.
Jeez, I'm looking forward to that, mate. I've got a feeling it's going to be a doozy.
I do too.
Do you? You got you got that vibe.
It's days like this.
What's going on?
Daily Bhuja with KFC's Smoky Barbecue Bacon Burger. Now with 25% more farmyard. This is Bhuja with Lee Hart and Jason Hoyt.
Oh, yes, indeed. It sure is. Great to have your company this Wednesday afternoon. Hope you're having a great day.
It really is.
Yeah, it is really good. I love having the company of Kiwis out there. Don't forget, at around sort of 5:25, we'll be doing the KFC Wheel of Chicken, and I know, Matt, Loba did not share that's your favourite part of the Bhuja show.
I'm doing my finger exercises, I'm limbering them up, and I'm ready to roll.
That sounded kind of wrong, but okay. No,
Only
that's
in
good,
your head,
mate.
Jace, only in your head.
Now, usually before 5 we have Lee Hart's Name That Tune, but we've just bumped it up a little bit. The time now is 5:02, which means it's time for Lee Hart's Name That Tune.
Just do a couple of scales to warm up, if that's all right, Jason.
You know, we used to have to do that to get into our choir, the school choir at my school.
Not the only
We
thing
had to
you
do the
is it?
scales. We'd do la 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 la. Never got in the choir.
Did Father, what is it? Father Mulcahy made you do that?
No, it wasn't the father that was the head of the choir. It was a guy called Leonard Cave.
Oh,
Great music teacher.
Father made you do something else. Huh?
So what are you talking about? What are you thinking about? What's the vibe of Name That Tune today, Lee Hart?
I'm going to go to 70s. I'm going to do rock and roll.
Okay, great.
Keep it simple. And maybe, just maybe, there's a clue in what I just said. One more?
Yeah. If you can name that tune, New Zealand, give us a call right now on 0800 Hodak. We'd love to hear from you. We really would. Jane's Addiction there on Daily Bhuja this Wednesday afternoon. Now, before that, of course, we had Lee Hart's Name That Tune. I just want to make the point, Maddie, and it's not a criticism. It's not a criticism. But when Tom gets the names of the people that are, trying to, win this prize.
Oh, he does jobs.
He does jobs and where they're from and
Just a bit of background.
just a bit of background on this, so we can sort of.
in there and make it more personal.
Well, it makes, for example, I'm about to talk to Chris, right?
Tom doesn't have sort of Lee playing guitar and clearing his throat and you going, God, I could do with a coffee. God, I could do with a coffee. It's like, well, okay, I'm not going to get you coffee. I'm trying to get callers.
Well, like I'm about to talk to Chris, right? And it would make it more 3D, knowing where he was from, what he did, all that kind of stuff.
Maybe you could ask him that.
Okay,
stuff.
shall I do that? G'day, Chris.
G'day, mate.
What do you do, Chris? It seems very important.
What do you do, Chris?
I'm a sales and marketing coordinator for an agricultural company.
See, I could not have fit that in that
Yeah,
little
yeah,
box.
no, that's a fair point. And where are you calling from, Chris?
I'm calling from overcast, humid Auckland.
Okay,
Beautiful.
well, you see, that doesn't really help because I'm in Auckland already.
Yeah.
I mean, if he had been from, Palms. But generally speaking, Matt, you know what I mean. Chris, you having a good day?
It's pretty good. Started work early, so got to finish early. And
Sweet.
Yeah, just on my way home listening to Haraki, and then thought I'd give it a nudge.
Good on you, mate. Good on you. Thanks for listening. Now, can you name that tune?
Quick recap. Here we go.
I feel like a old-time rock and roll by Bob Seger.
Lee?
Well, it is. You're correct.
Oh, wonderful.
Straight off the bat.
Well, hang on. Chris, well done. That's brilliant stuff, mate.
Yeah,
And
took me
because
a
of
while
that-
to remember it.
Matt's going to sort you out with great Daily Bouger prize, my friend. Thanks for calling and thanks for listening. We appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you very much, guys.
And while I'm getting all your details for the prize, Jace can ask you all about your job.
Oh, sounds wonderful.
He's
Brilliant
intrigued.
stuff.
Good stuff, Chris. Good on you,
I
mate.
think what we do have as a prize, it's the waterproof bed sheets, I think.
Oh, yeah, they're
Full set,
handy.
king size, yeah.
Yeah, they're really handy. Stay on the line, Chris, and Maddie will sort you out. Here's the Foo Fighters.
Jason Hoyt, Lee Hart. It's Bhuja on Radio Hodaki.
Foo Fighters there on Daily Bouger this Wednesday afternoon.
Tell you what, we should get back in. Remember the old sandwich buddy, which we used to have in the late night big breakfast?
Yes.
It's basically like a wire frame that you'd maybe normally put a harmonica in if you were a musician.
Absolutely,
But
great
let's
idea.
face it, most people aren't. Musicians or harmonica players, at least. So with the sandwich buddy, it's been adapted. You could put like a sandwich in there.
Yeah.
A club sandwich. I think you could even put a 6-inch Subway in there if you wanted to. But these are great for people that are busy, who are on the run, who, even if you're doing a radio show like now, Matt could be sitting here with a sandwich buddy on, and not miss a beat.
Yeah, exactly. And I use the Sandwich Buddy all the time when you first brought it out. It was bloody handy.
It's great for working out.
Well, it's great for working out because what you could do is you could put your sandwich in the Sandwich Buddy, right? And when you weren't eating the sandwich, you were working out, or you're talking to someone, you just lifted it up above your head.
That's right.
And so it was out of the range. And then as soon as you'd finished doing your work or whatever, you just move it back down to your mouth and munch on the sandwich in the Sandwich Buddy.
I know what you mean there, but I used to actually drop it down
Right,
below
did you?
my mouth because I used to have a lot of sauces and sort of mayos and stuff in my sandwiches. So if I went up,
it
what
would drip all
happen,
over you.
A lot of that mayo or aioli would drip on my forehead while I was chatting to someone.
Well, funny you should say that because I always used to lift it up, of course, and I did that once and forgot, and I put it on at like sort of 7:30 in the morning and had made a sandwich for lunch that day, lifted it up above my head and forgot that I had it there, and it was a hot, stinking hot day, and all day I was going, God, smells like bloody rancid Lunsen sausage in here at the moment. What's going on?
And it was.
And it literally was. It had gone off above my head.
Not the only time you like to drop it down, though. I've seen you on a dance floor, Lee.
Yeah, well, that's it. Oh, you'll see me again this Friday, actually, down the Newton.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you what, I think because the Bhuja finances at the moment are really under the gun, let's be honest.
Well, we don't have any.
I think that at the moment we need to start some business initiatives again. I think we bring back the Sandwich Buddy and the hugely popular Biomag G-string because, mate, I don't think you've had a more successful business sort of situation than that.
You did right there. Especially the Biomag G. Fantastic, that was.
Crikey. I was watching, speaking of making money, a great doco last night on Warren Buffett.
Oh, yeah.
One of the richest men in the world. What a great character
Well, he
he
invented
was.
the buffet, didn't he?
Yeah, he did invent
That was
the
his
buffet.
idea.
Yeah.
No wonder he's so rich.
Well, exactly.
So he was the first guy to say, look, I tell you what, forget the menu. I think it's about 80 years ago. Forget the menu. What we're going to do here, we're just going to put a selection of foods and let people decide
Choose,
what they want. They went off. That's where he made his first millions. And then, of course, he got into investing in land and all sorts of stuff. But what a great idea. And Warren Buffett.
And interesting, all the other sort of cultures got in behind that. They went, so all of a sudden, there's a Chinese buffet. All of a sudden, you've got an Indian buffet. And people...
And he was clipping the ticket on all those.
He was. And the interesting thing was, of course, it started happening in weddings. People were going, what a bloody great idea this buffet is. Let's have it at our wedding.
People wonder why he is so rich.
Yeah.
He's technically clipped the ticket on every wedding that's had a buffet.
Yeah, exactly.
Or a buffet, as it should be called. Yeah, God.
Well, the interesting thing about him, because I think at last count he'd had about $100 billion, and he'd given away $30 billion. Which is bloody amazing to all sorts of different people. Having said that, I mean, you still got another $70 billion, so it's not like he was, going.
Well, you can't call him a tight ass.
No, you can't call him a tight ass, but at the same time, $70 billion. I mean, surely $1 billion's enough.
Yeah. How's your charity stuff going? I had a bit of a mare the other day. I'll tell you about that shortly.
Yeah, I was in bloody the hospital today.
I gave too much money away the other day to ask for something back.
Friday, I'm in Love There by The Cure this Wednesday afternoon. Now, the time is 5:24, and it is a Wednesday afternoon. And look at that. I don't even have to say KFC, Lee Hart, and people know already. Because it's a big time of the Daily Bhuja week, the KFC Wheeler Chicken.
You know the number of friends I have that text me and call me and say, can I spin the wheeler? It would make my year if I can spin the wheeler.
I hope you don't give in to them.
No, what? I'm like, legally, that is impossible. You're putting me in a very tight spot here. It'll be KFC gate, for God's sake.
Yeah, totally, man. I get that on the street all the time,
same. People have paid me big money to, hey, just take my call, people I know, and we'll share the chicken, this kind of stuff. But I know how well it's monitored. I know that we have a impartial person through that window there watching us through the hidden cameras, exactly what's going on here.
Doesn't matter if he's on his 7th pint.
Doesn't matter.
He knows what's going on.
It's all
exactly.
Taped. It's all taped.
So if you do want to play the KFC Wheeler Chicken, give us a call right now on 0800 Hodaki. In the meantime, let's get down and dirty in a puddle of mud.
Remember the first time you had KFC?
Oh,
see what you did there.
yeah, thanks, mate.
God, can't teach that stuff.
Jason Hoyt, Lee Hart, it's Bhuja on Radio Hodaki.
the KFC Wheel Chicken.
Hell yes! G'day, Blair.
How you going?
Yeah, good, mate. Yourself?
Sorry, let me rephrase that. G'day, mate.
Oh, g'day, mate. Now, listen, Matt's gone overboard here.
Yeah, well, I didn't give enough information on the callers for Name That Tune, so I've really redeemed myself here, I think.
So you're a quarry manager, Blair, and Once Found a Blood Diamond movie is loosely based off your life.
There's a full stop between diamond and movie, Joe.
That's very accurate. Yeah.
Okay.
Whereabouts is the quarry?
Whereabouts is the quarry? It's in Christchurch.
Oh, nice. Okay. What sort of quarry? What sort of rock you pulling out of there?
Oh, a bit of grey wacky.
Yeah, your grey wacky. Yeah.
You ruined my plot, though.
Have you got the batching plant right there on site? Have you?
Batching plant. Yeah, we got one close by. Yeah, yep.
What's a blood diamond?
Have you seen the movie? It's like the
diamond.
massive diamond.
Oh, is it a massive diamond?
Well, it's a blood.
Is it like a diamond that's sort of rose tinted or something?
No, I think it's more to do with people have been killed. Blood. Killed for it.
Okay. Now, Blair, have you ever played the KFC Wheel of Chicken before?
No, chicken wheel virgin.
Okay, great stuff, mate. Do you like KFC?
Love it. Yeah,
Good stuff. Of course you do. Everyone loves KFC. Goodness me. All right, Blair. Now, do you want a hard, medium, or soft spin in clockwise or anti-clockwise?
We better go hard anti, I think. That'd
Hard
be
anti
great.
there, Matty. You got that, mate?
Hard anti. That's
Hard
always
anti.
a gamble, hard anti, but all right.
Way you go, mate. Give it a
There
spin.
we go.
Good spin on it.
That's a good spin.
I don't know my own strength sometimes.
Look at the guns on you, though. Hey, it's because you got big guns, Matt. Now, Lee.
Yep.
Why don't you tell Blair what he's won?
Well, I'll tell you what, Blair. Are you sitting down or are you standing up?
Standing up.
I'll tell you what, mate. You've won $100 worth of beautiful KFC.
What a treat.
Brilliant. Jeez, I reckon we need to review our spinning wheel here because I think, don't quote me on this, but that might be 10 $100 spins in a row.
They should chuck me on Wheel of
a bit
Fortune.
rigged, yeah.
Well, it's not rigged. God, we'd never do that with the KFC Wheel of Chicken, Blair, but it's bloody good news for you, isn't it?
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, over the moon.
Good on you, buddy.
For anyone curious, a blood diamond is a term used for a diamond mined in a war zone and sold to finance an insurgency and invading army war efforts or a warlord's activity.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Hey, Blair, you bloody well enjoy that KFC, my friend, and thanks for the call. Stay on the line.
That's great. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, mate. Just like that. Oh, that's that South African film, is it?
Yeah.
Blood Diamond? And who was the
Leonardo
lead?
DiCaprio. You give me that diamond, boy.
You give me that diamond, boy. Leonardo DiCaprio.
It's good, isn't it?
Make love to me,
Daily
Leonardo.
Bhuja with KFC's Smoky Barbecue Bacon Burger.
Alison Chains here on Daily Bhuja. I have to admit, Lee Hart, I'm feeling slightly uncomfortable at the moment. Rick Solizzo
Yeah.
just sort of hovering around the studio, and he keeps sort of waving at me and you, and sort of, it's like he wants to come in, and I feel bad for the guy, but the last time we had Rick Solizzo in, all he did was talk about trying to sell a bloody sofa.
Well, he pulled me out outside before and said, "Hey, Lee, do you reckon I can come on the show tomorrow?"
Oh, did
I
he?
said, "What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you want to talk about?" "No, I just want to chat and talk about sport and stuff." And
Sports Cafe reunion.
well, he just wants. I don't know, he feels like he's out of the loop.
Right, okay, yeah,
I'm sort of
yeah.
going, look, mate, this is not the place for washed up sportscasters to just come in and just get a feel of the mic again. You know, this is a serious business.
Yeah,
radio.
yeah. Look,
But, you know,
it's
I
awkward,
said
isn't it?
yes.
I'd like to help you out, mate. I'd like to help you out, but this is a top radio show.
He said, "Hey, Lee, can I ask you a favour? Yeah, all right. Can I come on your show tomorrow?"
Has he always worn that trench coat as well?
Not
Has he always
always,
had
no.
that sort of heavy
It's-
stubble?
It's a new thing.
Oh, okay.
But, you know, I never used to drink as much as he is now.
Are the bifocals a fashion thing? Or
I don't know.
a necessity?
It's just breathing booze all over me. Can I come on the show?
And what you said,
Talking about
yes.
Rugby. I used to be the media liaison for the All Blacks. And I'm like, look, you know, just leave it. I said, yeah.
So he's going to be on the show tomorrow, is
Yeah,
he?
yeah.
Oh, God.
Sports chat.
What are we going to talk to him about?
Sport.
Well,
The Sports Cafe reunion, surely.
Yeah, Sports Cafe
Mark
reunion.
Lana.
it's not a
Coming in.
charity, Lee Hart.
Sports Cafe reunion. Sports chit chat. Hey,
We are not a charity, mate.
Got someone here texted in 3483 medical problems. It's great. We've got the separate files. Now we've got relationship files, medical issues. Guy called Jerome with a J, I suppose, says he's heavily constipated for the last 3 days. He's come from a camping trip. Any tips? Look, what kind of radio show do you think we're running here?
Yeah. Well, he's obviously been hoeing into the scroggin. That'll do it to you.
Maybe a couple of olive oil or something?
Or castor oil, is it?
Castor oil, is it?
Yeah.
God, I remember I was constipated real bad about 4 years ago, and there's nothing medical they could do about it. There was nothing. I tried all sort of medication. I saw a doctor. He couldn't do anything about it. Went on for weeks. In the end, I ended up having to get an exorcist in. One of those people that...
Yeah.
Like a priest.
Yeah.
So I was in the bathroom. He was there in Latin, just chanting with the stuff, going, "Demon out! Demon out!
Lebero, leberas, leberatus!"
Demon out!
Was he splashing like holy water as well?
All sorts of water.
Was there a guy in there doing the incense as well? Swinging what he'd need to be.
It was a small bathroom.
Yeah.
There was a guy with the glade and a guy with the incense, preparing for the whole thing. But I tell you, worked. Wouldn't recommend that to you, Jerome, but that was pretty extreme. Demon out!
Jeez. Good Lord.
Jason Hoyt, Lee Hart, it's Bhuja on Radio Hodaki.
Dripping Daisy there, got a girl on Daily Bhuja.
You got to wait 4 minutes to find out that at the end. It's a bit depressing.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem with you, young folk. You're just so impatient. You want to know everything straight away, don't you, Matt? You want your pleasure immediately. You're not prepared to...
You tell me that was 4 minutes long, that song, was it? It's a bit on the long side, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it was a bit on the long side in terms of a perfect commercial radio song, but...
Generation Y, we want everything now.
Yeah, well, exactly. Of course you do. God. I tell you what, I've just been watching a video on our Facebook page, Lee Hart.
How the hell did you get onto that?
Tom helped me.
Right.
And just seeing all these young kids, g'day mating, it's great stuff.
See?
Do you remember when we had the Daily Bhuja, the little poo kickos?
Yeah.
That was great, where we got out amongst the kids and did stuff.
I'm a bit worried, though, about our demographic. We seem to be broadening it quite a lot. I mean, they were about 3-year-old, 2.
Look, I don't mind. That's great. That's great. I mean, the more people listening to Bhuja, the better as far as I'm concerned.
It does open up a lot more opportunities for advertising.
Absolutely.
We go to Huggies. We can go right into the baby food market.
Should we be playing more Wiggles?
Well, I don't know. Maybe they just obviously love the soothing sounds of our voices.
Well, and you know what else in terms of what it opens up business-wise? Baby flaps on the door.
On the door, yeah.
Like the baby flaps that you put on the door that you'd normally put a cat flap there, a baby flap.
Yep.
I could make my little hamster cages.
Yep. Shock collars.
Yeah, all that stuff. Darts, the blow darts. Mm-hmm. For that extra sort of excitable...
quite a bit of abuse after that. Someone saying you shouldn't be using blow darts on kids. I mean, I'd say kids under 3. What option do you have?
Yeah, well, it's only a slight toxin, isn't it?
It's just a slight neurotoxin. It just basically just knocks them out from walking and will just stop them reaching for that high-octane sugar snack at a party or something. Just a little dart in the back of the neck. I mean, you can't be everywhere at once, can you?
And the key to that being successful is you've got to get the alpha male or what is it, the alpha female?
Well, it's normally the alpha male and a bunch of kids like that at a kid's party.
Yeah.
It's always a boy that's running around making an absolute ass of himself.
Bashing everyone.
Yeah.
You see, the boys tend to do the old bash and kick and punch. And you'll know this, Matt, being in a family of, 5 boys?
Oh, yeah.
Lots of bashing. You see, in my household, 4 girls, just non-stop chatter. Just don't shut up.
Yeah, boys, you sort of
You
fight.
can use blow darts for that too, though, can't you?
Oh, I suppose you could, yeah.
Boys, you sort of you fight, and then 5 minutes later, your mates again. Whereas it's kind of like the Cold War with a house full of girls, isn't it?
Yeah, a little
I
bit.
reckon you'd be a great sitcom. Your family moves in with Jason's family. All the girls and all the boys.
Modern day Brady Bunch.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be a great TV show?
The Ward Hoyts. Yeah, it would be. It'd be an excellent one.
Take a knock at the door.
Doobie-doobie-doo. Hey, this is Danny Bhuja.
Tell you
Oh,
what,
yes.
that video of the early doors. G'day, mates, is up on the Daily Bhuja Instagram if you want
Is
to
it on there as well, is it?
and also on the Facebook.
How many followers do we have on Instagram right now?
9,000. Oh, where are we?
We're not at 10 yet?
Not at 10. We're pretty 9,669.
Okay, come on, people. Get us to 10.
God's sake, our lives depend upon it.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we'll think of some great stuff to do after 6 in this little break that we're going to have now. Bhuja.
Welcome to the show for bloody good Kiwis across the country. This is Bhuja with Lee Hart and Jason Hoyt.
Oh, yeah, Rage Against the Machine there on Daily Bhuja. Tell you what, Lee Hart, the cricket's looking pretty good, my friend. England 335. We need 336 for the win. Currently 255 for 3 in the 40th over after being 2 for 2. And
You've even
Taylor
lost
is
me.
Hold on, hold that there. Jesse, can you come through here, please?
Taylor is on 138.
Sorry, Jesse's just going to give us an up-to-date report. He's been there in the thick of it.
Oh, you wanting some stats?
Yeah,
on
just
the cricket?
the latest. Where are we at there?
Can you give me 2 seconds?
Yeah, sure.
Run back.
Because with Jace, if you ask him what the time is, he tells you how to build a clock. So we've got to.
So Taylor is about 140, but his leg is completely poked.
So we're currently 257 for 3, but it looks like that a little bit of rain might be coming in towards the Dunedin Oval.
So we're thinking Duckworth Lewis might come into it maybe horrifically.
I think we need 80 off 60.
Yeah, that's pretty
It's only
good
about 8
actually.
and over in it.
Yeah, and we've still got 7 wickets in hand, though Taylor's pretty poked. And it was really interesting because England lost like their last 9 wickets for about 50 runs. They were just smashing us, and then they fell apart a little bit.
And
so it'd be an epic win if we could do it from here.
If it comes down to Duckworth Lewis, who will win, Jace?
Probably England at this point.
Off-field stats, we've had 31 ejected and 3 arrested
Oh, from the game.
from the game.
How many
Jeez.
ejected? 31.
31 ejected, 3
Okay.
arrested.
How many of those are Hauraki fans, you know?
31 and 3.
Okay.
Do you think of the 31 ejected and the 3 arrested, how many of that 34 will be coming to see us at Leith Street Liquor on Friday?
34 with the plus ones.
Okay, so
Okay, we'll keep
68.
an eye on them. So that's between 4 and 7, isn't it? On Big Friday, this Friday down in Dunedin.
Yeah, listen, just on that, are we doing food or something? Well, we're doing some sort of barbie or
Oh,
something
yeah,
going
that'll
on?
be sorted, mate. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, well, I
It's
hope
not
so.
your
About
problem.
There.
Sounds good, mate. Yes, Jess?
We just got another 6, so it's looking good.
Oh,
It is.
brilliant.
Was that
Especially
Taylor?
that rain, you really want to get on top of that Duckworth Lewis at this point. You don't want to leave it too late.
Yeah, good call. Good call, mate. Good call.
Thanks,
Hey,
Jess.
Thanks, Jess. Here's Portugal, the man. And could be one of those crazy wins for New Zealand. Let's hope so. Fingers crossed. Mr. Brownstone there, Guns N' Roses on Daily Bhuja, New Zealand. Just lost the wicket of Latham. A courageous 70 from him, but Taylor is still there on 150 not out with a broken leg pretty much. And the minute piece, Colin de Gronholm, who can smack the crap out of it, is coming to the wicket.
Did you ever play cricket when you were like seriously injured?
Yes, I did.
What'd you have?
Oh, I had a number of issues. Well, of course, I had my leg issue because I was unbalanced all the time, so I had to have special sort of orthopedic shoes and stuff. But, you know, hammies, just your normal sort of stuff. What about yourself?
Yeah, you had a few injuries. So I played with a broken arm once.
Yeah. Well, you did back then, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, you come from the West Coast as well. Like all the league players over there, they used to play with broken arms all the time, didn't they?
Oh, totally.
Let's go to a caller on the line. G'day, Matt!
G'day, mate.
Who are we talking to?
To get cool. So I was talking to Horace.
Sorry?
Horace, mate.
You on speakerphone? Can't hear.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, the wife
Here he
rang
is.
up. You heard some funny bird noise.
I hear what you're saying. You're talking about the Bhuja Hawk.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
like a bloody what it sound like? Not a hawk, a falcon,
An eagle.
eagle. Yeah, eagle. That's
Bird
the
of
one.
prey.
Actually, you're quite
Kakapo.
right. No, it doesn't
Yeah.
sound like a kakapo.
Kia.
But a falcon, yeah, definitely I could say it would pass as a falcon. Sorry, what was your name again, man?
It's Jason, but they call me Horace
Oh, Horace. Good stuff.
Why do they call you Horace, Jason?
because of my last name.
Fair enough.
It's Hoare, so it's
Okay, gotcha. Jason Hall.
Here's the interesting thing I found out today, right? You don't use your first name. Mike Lane doesn't use his first name. Matt Heath does. No, Matt Heath doesn't use his first name, and James McConey doesn't use his first name.
Is that right?
Yeah. I can't remember what James's was, but it was a magnificent first name.
If anybody can guess my first name, text 3483.
Can I win this one?
Yep.
Hey, now, Horace, of course, you did hear the Bhuja Hawk, my friend, which means that you've won some sort of prize. How does that sound?
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you.
Good on you, mate. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, not a problem. Thank you very much for playing good music.
Oh, good
Thanks,
on you,
mate.
mate.
What we do. It's what we do.
Here's a bit of Radiohead to take you into the early evening. It's pretty fat, wasn't it?
Tell you what.
LAB.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if I've got out of sync here with my notes. I don't seem to have anything at all for this voice break.
Oh, that's scary. Well, that's going to be really scary.
What are we going to do?
You know, it's really interesting because, as people know, we work in a glass studio, Lee Hart, so we're constantly seeing people walking past. And a woman just walked past. I don't know if you guys noticed this, and she was checking me out. She was checking me out, man.
Well,
I
the
know,
fat man, and I'm not surprised.
I know the difference between just a friendly glance and hello. I'm just holding my glance just that little bit longer because I'll tell you why I'm doing that. I find you very attractive.
She was biting her lip
She
as
might
well.
be thinking, who the hell's that guy with the big fat head?
Well, she might be, but I'm pretty sure. You know, and I don't get those kind of looks very much these days, but I'm pretty damn sure that that was...
I was talking to the guy at marketing, right, who does all the billboards, the buses, all this sort of stuff. And I said, how come we haven't got more billboards like the Hits and the Zam and the Fizz and the Breakfast and all these other shows, all these marketing? They goes, because Jason's head's too fat. They said we can't seem to get it onto any normal perspective marketing material. I said, well, that's bloody great, isn't it? For me.
Well, you know, there's technology out there. Well, there's the app Reduce Head. The Reduce Head app.
Not using it.
Well, you know, don't blame me for that. I mean, there's the
Can't they
Reduce
put you in
Head
the
app.
background? Put you in the background a bit?
Well, maybe.
Imagine if Michelangelo had to paint that. It would have fur on the ceiling way out of whack.
Oh, totally. Jesus.
You guys
Kind
are
of
just,
look like Hey Arnold.
you guys are just a bit filthy that someone else found me attractive instead of you two little show
I
ponies.
know what you mean, though, Jay.
Fluffing your dairy ears.
Sitting in the studio, you know, sometimes I feel like a piece of meat in a butcher shop.
Yeah.
But it just, well, three of us just hanging in here, and woman can just walk past and stare at us as if we don't notice.
We're people.
We're people just like them.
I'm not an object.
You know, we're people.
Felt dirty the way some of them looked at us today. You know, there's beauty's only skin deep, you know.
Felt cheap. That's what I did.
Did they really say that about my head?
Pardon?
Did they really say that about my head?
Well, not exactly those words.
Wow,
It says
what did
something
he,
with
he,
pixels
sound, he
or
sounded
something.
pretty definitive there.
called
He's
you-
got a massively fat
Apparently
head.
my head's got 720 pixels. Yours has got 1500 or something.
He called you football head.
But don't worry about that. As I say, you can feel like a piece of meat in radio, can't you?
Yeah.
Preaching to the choir there.
Let's take a break, eh? Smashing Pumpkins there on Daily Bhuja.
Yeah, so I did that census thing last night online. Did you do it?
Yeah.
I thought I'd get it done, but the problem was I was sort of doing it at the computer beside me. I was watching TV.
Yeah.
And, you know, have you done it, man?
Yeah, I did it last night.
So you tick these things where it will say kind of weird questions like, in your house, do you own your house? Is it a mortgage? Is it a trust? How many rooms in the house? How many bathrooms? How many kids? You know, so I ended up getting out of sync and literally created the most bizarre house that I obviously live in to these people, because I ended up saying I had 5 bathrooms but only 1 bedroom and 4 kitchens.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to picture this thing, and was there a study? I'm not quite sure. I think I had 3 studies.
So 5 bathrooms, 3 kitchens, and 3 studies and
Yeah.
a bedroom.
Only 1 bedroom.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like the sort of house of a very business orientated, clean,
With the shits.
kind of guy. Speaking of which,
It's Warren Buffett with the shits, basically.
Well, yeah,
It's
very
his
much
house
so.
there.
Well, one of the things I found curious with the questions was, do you have trouble washing yourself? I mean, did anyone else find that odd?
Well, I mean, it's always tricky in the middle of your back, but you get there, don't you?
Yeah.
I was kind of like, well, who wants to know? I mean,
Yeah.
if I say yes, I do have trouble washing myself, are they going to send someone over to help me wash?
That's exactly what I was thinking when I was filling out the bit where they were like, do you have trouble staying focused with attention? I said, well, yes, I do. Are they going to send someone around to help me stay focused?
And do they all get in the office a chance to ask a question or something? Or interested in different things? Ask them about washing. You know, they didn't ask about. They asked about cooking.
No. I
They
don't
ask
think they did.
if you do, what have you done recently? That one makes you feel bad. What have you done recently? Housework, charity.
Oh, yeah, that
all that.
one.
I was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
Another one said,
I ticked all those ones. Yeah, just to make myself feel better.
The other question was, how often do you do laundry? And I'm going, well, is this my sense of form or my bloody wife's sense of form? Send that to her. It's nothing to do with me, is it?
Oh, boy.
What's that about?
Oh, boy.
Don't send me her form.
Yeah. There's the Arctic monkeys. I'll let you deal with that one on the text machine there, Lee Hart.
Yeah, opening up now.
Oh, dear.
Kick the beehive
Well,
now.
that's
Oh,
that's not
boy.
necessary.
You shouldn't, don't need to use that
Obviously
word.
it came out. I
Oh, gee
was obviously
whiz.
fishing then, wasn't I? I was
Oh,
fishing.
Hope they
jeez.
don't kiss their mothers with those mouths.
Oh, boy. Pretty bloody good show for a Wednesday, Lee Hart.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be honest with you, mate. Before we started the show, I was a bit dubious. You know, I was a bit goaty, as I said, and it's been an okay show.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Look, I'll take some learnings away from it.
Oh, always.
And I'll take these notes I have here at home. I'll work on it, type them up, send you guys a copy if you don't mind. How we can some work-ons
Yeah, sure, man.
before tomorrow's show. If you could have a look at them, that'd be really good, really helpful to me.
Yeah.
We'll also perhaps come in a bit early tomorrow for a bit of prep. You feel about that? Bit prep the show a bit better. I just felt you came in a little bit cool today, Jace. No big deal.
Yeah,
You
no,
pulled
I know
it
what
off.
you're saying.
No one else would have noticed.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying, mate. I'll cop that.
Matt, maybe a few more notes or headlines from the news or something from you would be good.
Did you? I actually had a stack of them. Did you want those? Were they kind of
Just
irrelevant?
anything that will be helpful to making a radio show would be really good from you.
Well, you know, just even topic of the day. That seems to have gone by the wayside.
Newspaper clippings, slice of life,
headlines.
They still make newspapers.
Headlines.
couple of jokes, this kind of stuff. Just anything that would make an average radio show a good one would be great.
I used to do that, but then you guys used to just put your coffee on top of it and there'd be ring stains in it.
Well, coffee would be another thing that would be quite good. Maybe a coffee when we first come in, that would get us.
Now, listen, were you serious about Rick Solizzo coming in tomorrow?
Yeah, Rick's coming
What the
in.
bloody hell are we going to talk to him about?
Oh, well, I'll find out tomorrow.
Oh, God.
Sports Cafe reunion.
Part of my work-ons tonight.
Okay. What's coming up in your show, Matt? Because I know that I sort of come in here early if I'm doing the commentary or whatever, and boy, you seem to be having a lot of meetings, mate. A lot of stuff going on.
Big things happening on the Hodaki night show, that's for sure. Stay tuned. I might actually
Anything
sort
you
of
can
have to
announce at this point? Or?
Not at this point. There's a lot of irons in the fire though, and I'm actually this is a bit of an awkward chat to have on air, but I might step back a little bit from Bhuja.
I've heard that there could be a co-host coming on to help you.
Well, it may just come to that. I may be auditioning female co-hosts, but that's
I'm
neither
not
here nor
telling
there.
about female co-hosts.
No, I did. But I do have Jim Gaffigan tickets. If you want Jim Gaffigan tickets, Auckland, Wellington or Christchurch, 0800 Hodaki.
Very funny
cool
man.
now. Yeah, good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Hey, listen, New Zealand, we've really appreciated you taking the time to switch us on the dial. From Lee and myself, and from the Nightwolf Loba de Noche, good evening to you and Bhuja.
Buenas noches. It is.